What's up, everyone? I'm back. I got to be honest, I'm not being as consistent as I want to be with these videos, but I'm going to keep working on that. Greg Crawford here with Vintage Dad Life. And as a parent, do you get targeted with these? I don't know if they're ads or, you know, blog posts or articles that tell you to open up a Roth IRA for your child while they're young. You put in the maximum amount, whether that's five, 6,000 a year. And by the time they become adults, they will accumulate and have like multi-millionaire money inside that account. It might be 3 million, it might be 5 million, whatever it is. So by the time they're adults, they're basically a multi-millionaire from your doing because you started uh, saving early into a Roth IRA for them. Now, when I see that, yeah, of course you're like, wow, like my first thought is, why didn't my parents do that for me? Um, I don't know, maybe they didn't know better in the 70s and 80s. Um, but I guess now we know. But then the next question is like, do you want to really like turn your kids into multimillionaires? Just from you saving money for them? I mean, in a way, would it make life a little easier for them? Probably. Is that a good thing? I don't know. Like it's a good question. There's something about it that doesn't feel right to me. Obviously I have, a college savings account I started for my kids. I'm going to have some other things. I'm going to help them along the way. But the biggest thing is I want them to learn how to become self-sufficient and make it themselves. If you create, millions of dollars for them, you know, what, why do they need to work hard? Why do they need to struggle at all? And how is that going to serve them later in life? So those are the questions that I want to dive into. Um, And for me, I feel like it's more important to equip our kids with the tools where they can create their own millions. And whether they need to create millions, they might not be motivated by money. They might be motivated more by impact and passion and all that stuff. But look, at the end of the day, we all have to make money. That we want them to be comfortable, so they could support their families when they get older and so forth. So, just thinking about this, like, I don't plan on um, turning my kids into multimillionaires by me saving money. I mean, I'm going to save money for them. I'm going to maybe come up with some ideas when they get a little older, where they're getting a salary from me. It's definitely going to help my taxes and where are we going to put that money? Maybe into a Roth or maybe into a whole life insurance policy or something like that. So yeah, I'm going to participate in that type of and educate them on them. I want them to actually learn what we're doing, not just me doing it. And then when they become adults, oh, by the way, you have $3 million in a Roth account. Um, so I think that's where the focus needs to be. The other thing is, you know, besides money, physical money, what other currencies are you developing in your child? Because at the end of the day, we are their money manager. We have to be their asset managers. And when I speak of assets, I don't mean how much money they have in a Roth account or in a savings account. I mean, what are the assets that we're developing in them? It's up to us to manage that and to develop that, more than putting just money into a Roth IRA and turning them into millionaires when they get older. We want to prepare them for life. We have to be the lighthouse in the fog. So there's 10 currencies that I think we need to focus on as parents and to develop. And this is the type of currency that's going to be even more valuable than the money in their account when they get older. Number one is their health, the currency, and taking ownership in their own health. And the sooner you start it, the earlier you start it, the better off they're going to be. And I don't mean just forcing them to eat their vegetables and not allowing them to understand why we eat them. I mean educating our kids on the value of health, on the value of fitness, on moving your body every day, um, taking ownership in their health. Because without health, you don't have anything. Um, and you don't want them to struggle later on in life with their health, with their weight, with their body image, things like that. So we want to start the currency of health and start managing that at a young age. Number two, the currency of emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is going to get them far in life if we could help develop that in them. And how do we do that? What's the best way to do that? Um, I think it's look at yourself. Look at yourself in the mirror. What does your emotional intelligence tell you? You know, do you freak out at the drop of a dime? Do you overreact to things? Are you doing it in front of them? I mean, I get online, I see people overreacting all the time. And I'm like, you're an adult and you're overreacting to things you're reading online or on the television. We need to get control of our own inner emotional demons so that we could be the example for our kids. And then we could teach them how to handle their emotions. Um, there's a lot of different ways of doing that. Getting deeper into emotional intelligence, we could do that in a couple other videos. I can talk to people that probably are experts in that field. But for now, we're just keeping this high level. The third currency is perseverance. We have to teach them how to persevere when things don't go right or, it seems impossible. Are you going to just quit? Are you going to quit before you actually can win? Teaching kids how to persevere is going to be one of the most valuable things you could do because I know in my life, nothing came easy. Nothing still comes easy. Um, you know, I probably shouldn't even be here talking on this video if I didn't persevere through some challenges that I had at a younger age. The fourth currency is positive energy. Positive energy is going to attract other positive energy. Negative energy is going to deflect positive energy and attract more negative energy. So I'm a big believer in energy, how you carry yourself, what you're putting out there. Like attracts like. So working on that with our kids is going to be really important so that when they're out there as adults and they're radiating positive energy, good things are going to just come their way naturally. Okay, number five, the fifth currency that we want to develop in our kids is prayer and meditation. Whatever your belief system is, whatever your religion is, whatever your faith is, um, obviously, if your faith is important to you, we want to develop that. But not only have kids going through the motions, oh, we go to church, oh, we pray before we eat, or I think kids need to have a better understanding of why we pray or why we meditate, um, why we reflect. So getting kids to really adopt some type of like prayer and meditation, so that they're not just internally thinking all the time. Um, they can sometimes release frustrations and give it up to a higher power, or simple 5 minute meditation just to allow them to focus on their breathing and clear their head. Sometimes when my almost 3 year old son has a little meltdown, I try to first stay calm, keep him calm, and then I just tell him to breathe, take a couple deep breaths. Sometimes he does it, sometimes he doesn't. Sometimes it takes a little bit more. But there are some times where he actually stops and he breathes. And after he takes those couple of deep breaths, I think it's a form of meditation. He's much calmer and we can kind of explain what the situation is. Number six, currency that we want to develop is intuition. Intuition is something that's going to carry them through life and be very useful in their life. And the way we become, you don't have to naturally have intuition and like be an intuitive, you know, mind reader, but everyone has some form of intuition. Okay. And the way we develop it even better is by not tuning into all the noise all the time and, kind of reflecting and just listening to what our gut is telling us. A lot of times it's right, and we want to teach that to them. The seventh currency is going to be empathy and listening. I think empathy and listening is a huge superpower. Even when you go into the workforce or business, if you're empathetic and you listen to your customers, you listen to your prospects, you're able to turn that into business because you're able to speak their language, you're able to communicate better with people, and you're going to build more trust. I think that is going to be super valuable to teach our kids. Number eight, currency is how to create value. The world runs on value. When people do business together, they're exchanging money for value. Okay. So we want to teach our kids those basic concepts. The more they learn about how to create value and the concept of that, there's nothing they can't do in this world. It doesn't even matter if they don't have money in the bank because they can create value and go get it. Number nine, currency of knowing your own self-value. When they are looking in the mirror, what are they seeing? What reflects back to them? Do they like the person that they're looking at in the mirror? Do they love the person that they're looking at in the mirror? Do you love the person that you're looking at when you look in the mirror? That's really important. If you don't love yourself, but you love your kids, there's going to be a little bit of a conflict. So you need to work on yourself. If you don't, if you're having issues with your own self-worth, you need to keep working on that because that's going to reflect on your kids. Your kids are going to feed off of that. So you got to show them what self-worth is. Okay. You can't always remind your kids how much you love them because sometimes it just becomes words. They have to see it, they have to feel it, and they have to be confident in what that is. So developing their self-worth is going to be super valuable for them. And then finally, number 10 is the currency of being a go-giver. We talked about all these great things that really reflect on ourselves and reflect on our kids and themselves. Now we're talking about others. And the more we teach them how to be go-givers, the more they're going to get back. Um, there's a great book out there called The Go-Giver. I highly recommend, if you haven't read it and read it with your kids. It's a story-based personal growth business style book. Um, and it has a really good story to it, so it's not boring. I think your kids will really enjoy it. I'm definitely, as soon as my kids get a little bit older, I'm going to read that with them and talk to them about it. All right, so there you have it. There's the 10 currencies that I hope to develop in my kids, more than just throwing money into a Roth IRA for them and making them rich when they're adults. We'll talk about saving money and all that stuff too, but um, I think this is really more important. So I hope you got something out of this video. If you did, please like my video and subscribe to my channel so that I can get motivated to do more videos, put more stuff out there, talk to more people, talk to more of you, parents, and connect with you. Have a great day.